So break it down for people. What are the
Okay.
benefits in just a simple kind of way? Like, what are the major benefits of fasting?
Okay, so one of the biggest benefits I've experienced, like I can feel it, is the cognitive higher cognitive function. You have such clarity of thinking. I mean, no brain fog, nothing. Your brain is just on fire when you are in a fasted state. And the deeper the fasted state, the higher your ketone levels, because your brain loves to burn ketones. And again, people that get that are anti-fasters, they will say, well, what about your brain? Your brain has to use some glucose. And that is true. Um, your brain, parts of your brain do require about 25% glucose. So they can't solely run on ketones. But guess what? It's a perfect match, because the way fatty acids are stored, they're stored in the form of a triglyceride, which is three fatty acids on a backbone of glycerol. So you have the 25-75 split. And this glycerol backbone can be used just like glucose. Your body just turns that into glucose. And your body can make as much glucose as it needs. So whatever requirements of whatever organ, like your brain, that need glucose, your body will produce it through in the liver. It's a process called gluconeogenesis. And so you can make as much glucose as you need from other things, like, for example, the glycerol backbone. And there's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. There's essential fatty acids, right? The
Hmm.
essential fats, and there's essential amino acids, but there's no essential carbohydrates. And there's people that have been doing the ketogenic diet for so many years, and they're thriving. Okay, so I was talking about the higher cognitive abilities. So, for example, I think it was Pythagoras. He used to make his students fast before he would teach math for higher cognitive abilities, and so I want to say it was well, it was a bunch of Greek philosophers that all felt that way, that you could achieve much higher ability to write or to learn new things, and take on new information if you were in a fasted state. Also, so BDNF, BDNF stands for brain derived neurotropic factor, and it was actually nicknamed by another Harvard professor as miracle grow for the brain. So your levels of BDNF will just skyrocket in a fasted state. There's a couple other hacks you can do to get your body to produce more BDNF, which are turmeric. Turmeric helps produce BDNF, and actually coffee coffee helps you produce BDNF, but nothing like fasting. So we used to think, many years ago, they used to really think, okay, you really can't, brain damage, that's it, you're done. But we know now that the brain, there's a lot of neuroplasticity with the brain. The brain can heal. Now, nerve damage takes much, much longer to heal than other parts of your body take to heal, but it can be done. So you really can kind of get your body into a healing state for dementia, even by fasting, because especially Alzheimer's is caused by well, many things, but one of the things they see with Alzheimer's is a lot of plaques in your brain. So the same way you get plaques in your blood vessels from elevated blood sugar, where it's doing all that glycation damage, and then the cholesterol comes and rescues and patches it up, and then it ends up causing a plaque on that spot, is the same way your brain accumulates these plaques from elevated glucose levels. So those plaques during a fasted state will be broken down through autophagy. So the the autophagosomes will go and break down all those plaques and clear out your brain, so that literally your brain, just think about it, like if you think about your brain in like a house cleaning sense, if you just clean out all the junk and are able to give it a super fuel, which is the ketone bodies, which is its preferred fuel, with less oxidative stress, because about oxidative stress, that's bad, right? That's why we take antioxidants, because we have to use oxygen, or we would die. But a ketone uses less oxygen per gram. You get more bang for your buck. You get more fuel per gram of oxygen with using fat for fuel than you do with glucose for fuel. So more energy, less oxidative stress. It's a super clean fuel. So you get that brain-derived neurotropic factor. And one of the reasons that it elevates so high with fasting is one of the main ketone bodies, which is called beta hydroxybutyrate, is the substrate for BDNF. So that's one of the reasons why.